of you who were following the sessions yesterday, you would have heard Victor and I talk quite a lot about tribes and tribal perspective. But we have a tremendous pleasure today to have Chairman Ernie Stevens, the chairman of the National Indian Gaming Association, with us. NIGA has been a supporter and a friend of ours of ICE London, ICE North America. So we are really pleased to have Chairman Stevens to really give you the perspective of the tribes and the tribal gaming on the pandemic and on just the gaming landscape in general. Chairman Stevens, welcome to ICE North America Digital. Thank you for being here. If you could briefly tell us about the impact that the pandemic has had on the tribes, and perhaps explain to our audience, we do have a lot of international attendees over the whole week, really how that impact and the response compares to commercial gaming in the US.
I think it's very sad situation all the way across the board. We have different elements that we obviously are dealing with in our world. Our world is tribal government gaming. And going into this, we were a nearly $40 billion industry employing 300,000 direct jobs, and that more than doubles when you include the offshoot of our industry. And that offshoot now, 7 weeks in, is starting to realize some of the struggle that trickles out of our casinos being closed. But it really is in our world of comparison that we have that is across the board is jobs, people being able to go to work every day. Those are key, and those are where we struggle. And people on the unemployment line, it is a struggle, and it has a giant impact on our community. And for us, the services we provide. The Indian gaming industry is 100% tax based on the services we provide to our members. So Indian gaming finances and the money we bring in goes directly to taking care of our community. So every one of our communities is right in the middle of trying to figure out how they're going to work their way through this. And it's one of the toughest, it is the toughest challenge. And I know it's in the whole world. So when I pray for the world, but I pray hard for the communities around us. We had so much struggle over the years. And in some of those communities, especially in those small gaming operations, it really is just about jobs. So we're really trying to, again, going into this, we were the 11th highest employer along with Walmart and Target and Amazon, all these big industries. We're the 11th highest employer in the whole industry, in the whole country. So it continues to be a challenge, and to have 300,000 people unemployed directly, laid off or furloughed, and how we're going to make it back. How we're going to make it back to what would be the new normal. Okay, we're not going back to where we came from. We have to create a new normal, and we have to do a good job of that. We have to work together on that. And so, I think there might be one or two tribal casinos that have reopened, but I think for the most part, we're getting close. I think the tribes are working towards creating an atmosphere that where they can go forward, and we're working together. We're talking amongst each other. NIGA has a subcommittee where we're analyzing some of that opening status. Everybody wants to be able to reopen, but Indian country is first about safety and about family and about community. So we will not do it at the expense of the health and the people around us. With the health and safety of our employees and our customers, that has to be number one. So we're working towards that. So, Eva, the biggest thing that we really have to appreciate is these tribal government officials, these tribal employees, these gaming employees, and most importantly, the families that are involved here. This is something else. The thing I like to compare to is it doesn't matter who we are, our gender, our skin color. We're all in this together, and we all got to help each other through this and create the new normal. And whatever that is, we're going to start seeing it soon. Ever the bottom line is prayer for me. So with
as you say, it's been a struggle, and you are getting ready for reopening. and discussing it. And I imagine there are different opinions in Indian country about when is the best time to reopen, and balancing, as you say, health issues with the desire to restart the business. As you know, there's been a conversation about online and mobile gaming in the United States. Online and mobile are the verticals, obviously, that have not been as affected by the impact by the pandemic, of course. And indeed, you know, some countries and states have been seeing a surge in the online and mobile activity. But you, at the same time, you talked about the jobs and the need for gaming to deliver those job opportunities. What is the view in the Indian country on the future of mobile and online? And do you see some sort of a warming up, perhaps, towards regulation of mobile and online? So that business can go on even if people can't really go into the properties?
You know, I see the necessity of it, and I see the value of it, and I think that it could help us to be more advanced, and it could help us to get this industry to a new level. From Indian country, we want to continue to advocate for a strong presence that is respectful of tribal government gaming and our sovereign rights as governments. So I think that that's something that could really help us in this situation. Certainly, we want to be there with everybody else. We want to follow the world in this industry. But again, for me, you know, if I had an opportunity to do that, I probably would mess around with it a little bit. Certainly, I think that the industry should be able to provide this to our customers, and I think it'd be valuable right now. However, you know, the thing that comes back to me, Eva, is I just want to, you know, put my wife in the car and go to the casino and have something to eat. You know, I spend more money on food in the casino than I do in the slot machine sometimes, and then the people you see, the people you interact with, and you know, it's a social thing too. So all that is missing, and I think that as the world turns, it doesn't always turn just around the money in the machine, and so I think there's so many more advantages, and I think that the online gaming and different things of that new technology will be very valuable it would be valuable for utilizing it now. It will be valuable in the future, but I think that the value of a safe environment where we can interact as humans again and live in a social atmosphere, I look forward to that.
So what do you think that sort of safe environment will be? How are casinos preparing to open up? I think there's a lot of kind of talk in gaming that it's tribal casinos that might be the first one. I believe some of them have opened already. What are the measures that they're taking?
Well, you know, I don't know. We do have folks. I think that's the number one priority that we're analyzing, whether it's the machines or only a couple of machines that are open on a row, or, you know, different distancing like that. You know, every place I've been in with the tribe, they take our temperature, and there's new technology, and you know, some of the old school technology that mom and grandma taught me. Wash your hands for a few minutes. Don't run them under the water and take off. You know, wash your hands. Utilizing those things we just see on the wall. You know, with the soap, and it's serious business. And every one of us have had lost somebody, and everybody else has saw somebody in the hospital. And if you don't understand that, or see that, all you got to do is turn on TV and see how many lives have been lost. So I think safety is something that is key here. And I think that our tribes are I think that's going to be their number one priority, is making sure that we engage in a safe and productive environment. So we're looking forward to that. And who knows what the future holds, but I know that we're working hard on that. Eva, you know, the one thing that I noticed is our gaming regulators. They're working hard every day. And a lot of our top tier professionals, and for sure our elected tribal leadership, even the ones that are laid off, they don't have any time to go home. Maybe some have just cut their hours. I'm not sure how they're doing it in Indian country overall, but they can't go home. They can't leave it be. And our regulators have to be on the front line. Our tribal leaders have to be on the front line. Our top gaming professionals have to be on the front line.
Chairman, thank you so much. I think this is the perfect message to finish with. Safety is paramount. Thank you so much for being with us today.
And thank you for your leadership, and anything we can do. We got to make this world a better place, and we can all do it together.